So if you have not seen Detective Pikachu already, don't worry, I'm not going to be spoiling anything about the movie itself or the plot. Today, I'm here to discuss simply any connections that Detective Pikachu may have had to the Generation 8 Pokemon games. Specifically, when I saw the movie, one specific scene caught my eye, and that was the image of the apparent region where the movie takes place. Now, they don't specifically name it in the movie, which was a little annoying because they could have done that. They didn't name where they are. They named other regions like Kanto and Sinnoh, suggesting that from the context, this movie does not take place there, obviously. But if we look at hints in like the setting of the movie, where it was filmed, other references, basically the environment and the people, it seems pretty obvious that since the film was, movie was filmed in London and in, places like Great Britain, that it is meant to be implied that Detective Pikachu actually took place in the Galar region, which was introduced when they revealed the Generation 8 Pokemon games for the Nintendo Switch, Sword and Shield. Now, if you haven't realized it yet, I'm just going to show the evidence that Pokemon Sword and Shield takes place in the same region as Detective Pikachu, or rather, Detective Pikachu takes place in the Galar region. Now first, one quick, very brief scene in the movie, I believe it was barely on screen for a few seconds, showed the island where this, where the movie takes place in the Pokemon world, not in real life, but while it was filmed in London in real life, that's not enough. We actually see this region on screen, and it looks very similar, extremely similar to the Galar region as shown in the trailers for Sword and Shield. So yeah, so far we're almost sure that this is legit. But that's not it. Obviously, the roads and the signs all have a European British feel to it. It's not too vague. The cars themselves are driven from the right hand side, and on the left hand side of the roads they are British roads. They are British cars. It seems pretty obvious as well. So yeah, there isn't much argument necessary when it comes to this, because they made it clear and obvious that from the cars and the look of the number plates, called license plates in America, and the look of the drivers and the road signs in the city, and the fact that the city was actually filmed in London, that this movie takes place in the Galar region. They didn't make it clear that this is the city at the top of the Galar region in Sword and Shield, so it doesn't have to be. They've done this in the past where they base a city on a real-world location, but not one from the games. So the games don't have to be one-to-one with the anime or the live-action movie. So yeah, Rhyme City doesn't have to exist in the games, but the fact that they seem almost obviously to be taking place in the Galar region is interesting, in my opinion. I'd also like to remind you guys that back in Generation 6 in the X and Y anime, it looked like at one scene where Zygarde makes this huge attack and the clouds parted over the whole Kalos regions. It was like an atmospheric from space shot, and you could see the entire the entire Kalos region, shaped exactly like France as it should be in the games, and because it's based on France in the real life. You could see the lights of Paris, and you could also see what was obviously the United Kingdom right next to France. So Galar region was coming a long time before they ever announced Sword and Shield, even before they announced Sun and Moon, this was a thing. So yeah, it's no big deal. It seems painfully obvious, but in a good way. Just in case any of y'all were wondering, I'm pretty sure we can confirm that Rhyme City and the movie itself, Detective Pikachu, takes place in the Galar region. Another thing that was really, really annoying about the fact that they strongly implied that this takes place in the Galar region is that we did not see any Galar Pokemon in the movie. Before the movie came out, I saw this green thing on the poster, and I thought it was like a new Pokemon. I didn't know what it was, but that didn't seem to pan out. It doesn't matter anymore. But after seeing Detective Pikachu, and again, no spoilers to the plot, there were no Galar Pokemon that we didn't already know. They didn't even show too many of of the Pokemon we have so far. I was really disappointed. I was expecting at least something in the end credits, some sort of hint, some sort of like a Pokemon, something from Sword and Shield. But alas, there was nothing. The only thing we got was millions of implications, strong implications, nearly 100% sure that the story and the city is in the Galar region. Basically, they show it to us on screen for a few seconds. The Galar region looks exactly like where this region takes place. It may be nothing, but I like to see coincidences like that. I like to find them and pretend that they are intentional because it's just fun. Get it? London? Yeah, you get it. It's funny. Yeah, so there's nothing else to discuss. I'm pretty sure that you all agree with me. If you have any counter arguments, feel free to comment them down below. I'd like to get your opinions on this. I don't have to be right about this. It's no big deal. Although, I don't see how I could be wrong. The movie clearly takes place in... It doesn't even have to be the same universe as the anime or the games. It doesn't. It could just be its own, cinematic universe. So, any live-action Pokemon movies can take place somewhere in the multiverse that doesn't have to be necessarily the same universe as the anime or the games. Clearly, we can establish that. So there's no reason to get upset about any of this. But what we can be fairly certain about, like 99%, maybe 90%, maybe 80% at the lowest, is that this movie took place in the equivalent of the Galar region, even though they didn't even name it in the movie. They could have said Galar on a background sign, on a road sign in the background. They could have mentioned it just like how they showed it on screen, but it doesn't matter. They showed it on screen. It is the UK. We've seen this, and I am, I enjoyed the movie, but I'm still painfully waiting for any news for Sword and Shield. I want new Pokemon, and I want them now. And the new games are taking their sweet time getting teased by Korokoro or any Nintendo Directs or anything like that. So, yeah, it's been a long time. But that's enough from me about this. I've made my point. Detective Pikachu took place in the Galar region. We're 90% sure. I'm 90% sure, and there's no reason to keep talking about it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my channel and share with a friend. Bye.